Oh, 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 oh!
Oh, are we beginning?
Oh, Christ almighty, you're loud.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Hello, everyone!
Hello.
Welcome to the 5th episode, my god, of the Lost Topic podcast.
We've been doing this for 5 weeks.
Yeah? I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy, because, like, this whole thing... Maybe that's our first topic. Talking about the Lost Topic podcast in its entirety so far.
Do we even
'Cause-
remember all of it? Like, I'm sure I remember you saying that there's an episode that's lost. We don't actually know
Yeah.
where it went.
The first episode is the Lost. Like, I didn't save it on accident, so... But it's kind of wild that this entire thing spiraled just because of a stupid offhand comment while you were playing Dino D-Day.
it did it?
Yeah, because I was doing a tavern stream and I was like, I ain't feeling it today, and I was gonna, like, shut off the stream, and then we started talking and talking. Oh my god, Coca-Cola, can I get some? I mean, it's not really, it's the Coca-Cola with crack in it, so I don't know if you'd like it.
Yes. Crack-a-cola.
yeah. Coca-Cola? Yes. Alright. Hold on, let me just hand this off to chat. Here you go, chat. Drink up. Enjoy. Alright, but yeah, no, it was, I remember this. It was a tavern stream, and I was like, I ain't feeling this today, and I was gonna shut it off. And then we just started talking. I was like, yeah. And then I didn't turn off the stream, and I was like, you know what? Let's change it to just chatting for a minute. And then it went on for like, what, 4 hours? Of just you and me talking. It was a really... I am really happy with that stream, though. Like, in general. Because it was such a good long one. Because I don't have many good long streams, but I had so many people there, and it was so good. I'm really happy with
It's a
the
shame
outcome.
you didn't save it.
No. The creation. It's just the first episode of Lost Topic. The Just Chatting stream is fine.
Oh, okay.
So we actually, technically, if you want to count, that's like episode 0 before Lost Topic was even named. Technically.
Episode 0 is usually it's episode 0 that's lost.
Yeah. No, we lost the first one.
Ah.
It's so sad that we did, but alas. Oh no.
What?
I think Twitch changed how lurking works now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I know there's 3 people in here, including there's 2 other people in here, including myself, but it's only showing 2 people. Hold on.
You have to do the weird lurk command?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna be pissed if they changed it.
They're probably cracking down on it.
Kiss my ass. Oh, never mind. It jumped up to 4. All right, I'm happy again. No, it's wild though. Like how far we've already gone. Eat ass, smoke grass, sled fast. The motto of life. Who's the other person? This is Atris Hateport. I should probably continue to flash the text on screen.
Nobody knows who I am.
Hold on. I need to copy this text and then here. Hold on. If I properties. Ah, damn it. I didn't duplicate. Guess I have to duplicate. Damn it. Alright, and then put this here, and then say Sora.
No, there's only two Atrises. There's 2 Atri.
Atri?
Atri.
Yes, I am H's Hayport. I play a character who canonically likes Vor.
What? You're talking about Grodd.
Yeah. Create a fourth goopy Atris. Yes. H-Ray. H-Ray. It is.
No,
it is.
No. It's spelled like this. It's There we go.
Atrix. I find it. I still find it absolutely wild how far we've gone already. Like, we've talked about a crap ton on here. It's genuinely just wild, honestly. It's odd how that happens, right? You know, just like something as stupid as like an offhand comment can spiral into something a lot bigger, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's it's good, but also and like interesting, but also I think there are situations where that's not so great.
Yeah. The Tavern SMP for one of them.
Yeah.
I raged over bread today.
I heard. Actually, yeah, I heard so much that now I can't hear.
Yes, I screamed so loud because of the stupid stuff the mod pack was doing. Oh my gosh.
I don't know why it did that, because that version, it shouldn't use barley.
Well, so either you use wheat or barley, but the thing is, like, I set it up to do wheat, right? And I set it up to, like, do the 3 in a row for the bread, but it wasn't working. So I looked up how to do wheat, and I was right. It was 3 wheat to make 1 bread. And then I checked the in-game registry. I had to create a special mill in order to create, you know, bread. I needed to create dough and then bread. I find it really freaking annoying that, you know, that's the process. But one quick search later, and I found out that there was an easier way to do it.
Reads Atrix thinks of the word Jetix or Jetix, cat transference meme, as I remember my entire childhood.
Huh.
I'm gonna put an underscore in your name now.
Hold up. Jetix.
It's Jetix is
like Jetix is the I remember that.
It's the kids channel thing.
The old
cartoon
with the anime eye.
Yeah. I was gonna play Sims today for a second. I was like, what do I play? Completely forgetting I had last topic to do. My brain. What is this? Let me copy this. Hold on. Inspection time. What is this? Oh, I know what that is. Oh, that's so good. I love that meme.
It was replaced in Europe with Playhouse Disney, in India as Disney, in Turkey as Disney Junior,
cringe.
In UK as Disney XD.
Okay, I'm not gonna say cringe because Disney XD was okay. I think I was one of the few people who watched Disney XD more than Disney Channel. I despised most of Disney Channel.
But it was it owned by Disney?
I don't know. I think the reason why I love Disney XD a ton more than Disney Channel was I can attribute a lot of that love to Wander Over Yonder. And a couple other shows I can't remember the names of off the top of my head, but
finally finished Wander Over Yonder.
How was
feel
it,
like
by the way?
It was really good. It was really good. I mean, it felt really rushed.
I mean,
sort of like...
Yeah, but, like, keep in mind, 90% of, like, Disney shows get cut short anyways.
Well,
and Yonder
okay.
was cut extremely short, like, even shorter than the rest.
Hear me out. So... part of me feels like... I should probably look this up.
How are we feeling on the music, by the way? Just checking in with chat. What do we want to change it to if we want to change it? Because if you ain't feeling it, I'll change it. Because I don't know, indifferent to music. Oh goddamn! I forgot to get water.
Disney gave the reason for canceling the show was that 80 episodes were enough.
No.
Yeah.
I won't be satisfied till it's the length of One Piece.
Because apparently it only did well in reruns.
Oh, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because they only played the bad episodes on Disney Channel and then immediately booted the freaking show off to Disney XD to die.
What's really strange is, like, I can see how Wander Over Yonder wouldn't mesh with current day kids shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, what do we have for current day kids shows? Hang on. I mean, we had Owl House, which was really good, and it went off to Disney XD to die.
Everything eventually just goes to Disney XD because Disney doesn't know how to handle their goddamn shows. Especially the Goldmine. Especially the Goldmine shows that are like absolutely amazing. They toss it into the trash. I don't know why people keep like signing up to be under Disney if they don't want their shows cut short.
Well, so Disney is all about that safe content.
Mm-hmm.
It's a betting game for them, right?
Yeah.
And if it's too controversial, like, I don't know, Owl House, right? Owl House could be construed as brainwashing in some states.
Mm-hmm.
Because it introduces kids to the idea of, it goes against, traditional family values.
I'd say normally, like, oh, why don't you go to like Cartoon Network or something? But then I realize, oh wait, you'll probably be just drowned out by reruns of Teen Titans Go.
You mean the really shitty show that they came out with?
Yeah.
I mean, give all this fresh content, but Disney only ever wants to make remakes of their stuff, live action versions of their stuff, or what have you, and basically do minimal work for maximal payout.
You know what I find funny? You want to know what I find funny?
What?
Imagine how like big a reception would be. Like it doesn't matter like how good it is or not. Imagine if Disney says they were gonna make a drawn, like a hand animated movie again. Like a drawn animation again.
They would never do that.
If they did,
stockholders would have a fit because of how expensive that is today.
Yeah. It's like Valve
back in the day,
Fortress
they basically...
2. No one at Valve is in charge of updating the game. People have to work on TF2 updates on their own time because they're all assigned to other projects.
And not only that, but TF2 doesn't really... it's not TF2. TF2 doesn't receive any comic book updates anymore. As far as I can tell.
I hate it when games are abandoned like that. Or lightweight abandoned, or just fully abandoned. Or just ignored. Sucks when that happens.
Like, part of me wants to go into the industry, but the other half of me is like cynical and says, yeah, you're not gonna make it because the current standard is use, abuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Because anything new that comes out is either killed or doesn't make it off the ground.
You know, actually, speaking of that, I mean, Mitchell's versus the Machines. I don't know if you've seen it.
It's on my watch list.
It did pretty well, and it didn't
I'd
really.
hope so.
It was brand new, and I hope I don't say this for a lot of things. Like normally, like if you ask me, like maybe a couple of years ago, if like, oh, do you want a sequel to this or this or this, and I most of the time I'd scream yes at the top of my lungs. I'd love to see more of it. But if you ask me now if I wanted to see like a sequel to a movie I liked other than Avatar, I'd tell you no. Let it be. Please, God, just leave it alone. Because I feel like if you're making a sequel, at this point, 90% of the time, if it's a big company, it's for money, and nothing else but money. And it sucks, because that means you're probably not going to get the same level of story. Or probably absolutely not going to get the same level of storytelling and love that the original got.
Well, because unless you plan for more seasons or more movies, sequels don't, like, usually, like, a movie is a self-contained story, right? You're kind of not going to go anywhere because it's you've wrapped up all the loose ends, you know, there's no more mysteries, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it feels good. And then you have the Disney sequels like The Little Mermaid 2.
I feel like the only good Disney sequel that I've heard of was the, like, what was it, the third Cinderella movie. And I vividly know this because I vividly remember a scene of the prince jumping out of a window. I don't know why. I only remember that, and that alone. It's just the goddamn prince nose diving out of a window.
I tried to watch some of the Disney sequels, and it was just pain. It was just pain, because, like, the endings to most, you know, Disney movies, like the mainstream Disney movies, are really satisfying, right?
Cinderella sequels surprisingly hold up, but there are exceptions to the norm. I see.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I'll give you that.
I feel like I watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame's sequel. I don't remember anything of it though, because I think I tuned out of it like while I was watching it. Which is quite the goddamn feat for me, because young me was someone who would glue their eyes to pretty much anything. I kid you not, kid me, like, I want to say 10 to 8-year-old me, would glue their eyes to literally any movie or show that they just came across. I literally, I was looking for dinosaur movies. I remember this vividly. I was looking for dinosaur movies.
Right.
And I found this.
Probably found Land Before Time.
No, I didn't, because it was on Netflix. I was scrolling around on Netflix, you know, looking for dinosaur movies, because I wanted to watch, you know, just Jurassic Park and stuff, but I couldn't. And I saw this one movie called Titanoboa, and I was like, oh, I know that. That's that one creature from that one game I like. Or I can't remember what I know. That's Big Snake. Big Snake. I like that. I decided to go watch it.
It's not about the Titanoboa.
Oh, it was. Then I realized it was a documentary almost an hour in. It took me a full hour to realize it was a documentary and not the intro to a movie. It's like, man,
this the days when I could just, like, sit there and, like, enjoy a documentary. But now it's like,
I was just
you
sitting
watch
there.
documentaries, it's the same stuff.
I was just sitting there, like, twiddling, like, doing the whole thing where, like, you kick your feet back and forth while sitting on your stomach,
Oh.
I was like, well, this is a long intro. When's it gonna, get to the movie? And I realized about halfway through the thing, I was like, oh, this isn't a movie, is it? My face, like, I wish I had a picture of my face. The face that I made when I realized that, because it was just a sad, disappointed, like, little Sora. And I just flopped over. I finished it, too. I finished the documentary, even after I realized that, because I was like, oh, I've made it this far, might as well. It's so weird. I watched a lot of weird dinosaur movies on Netflix. Because they just really love to putting weird dinosaur movies on Netflix. I remember there was this one that I think the main character was like it was a talking dinosaur movie, but it was a 3D animated one. Oh. It was really weird. It was really weird.
You mean like the Good Dinosaur? Or...
No. This was way before the Good Dinosaur.
So you mean like was it claymation or?
No. It was hand animated though.
Which was it? Hand animated or 3D?
It was 3D. Sorry.
3D.
But here's the thing. It looked like a PS2 game. No, PS3. Kind of graphics. I can't remember what its name was. I feel like it was like Dino Land or something.
Walking with Dinosaurs?
I don't know. And it was really surreal. Because I feel like it was like the Good Dinosaur, just minus the human. And I feel like one of the big things was like the main character was being hunted down by I think it was an Allosaurus. And it was so confusing to me. Like I didn't understand a lick of it. But I just weirdly remember it so distinctly. It was really odd. Yeah, there was another one that I think this one was like a ripoff of Jurassic Park, like a major ripoff. It was called Carnosaurus, and it was supposed to be like based like the main antagonist of the movie was supposed to be a Carnosaurus, little big horn boy, my beloved. And that was really nice for me because that was actually. Fun fact, Carnosaurus is one of my actual favorites. For the longest time, it was my, #1 favorite dinosaur in the entire world. And whenever I saw the name, I was like, oh, frick yes, I'm gonna watch this. This is awesome. I was not ready for what I saw.
Sorely disappointed?
Sorely disappointed because they were basically just the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park, but worse. More skittish and stuff.
How do you get more skittish than the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park?
Because they were stupid fast and 90% of all the scenes with them were they were shadowed and that kind of jazz. So you either saw them in the shadow or they were freaking sprinting across the stream at breakneck speed. I feel.
So in other words, they made it. They made it specifically so that it was difficult to see them, and so they didn't have to render as much.
Among United States of America. Okay then.
Among Us. Get it? U.S.
I can't escape it. Among Us. But thinking back on it, you know what it reminds me of? The thoughts of it?
What?
It reminds me of Sharknado. A lot. Like the scene capturing and all that jazz.
Oh, that level of really bad?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember most of it takes place in like a lab or like an auction center, I think, where they were like, "Oh yeah, look at this cool dinosaur I made," and then it just like breaks through the glass, and it's just like y'all cringe, and then it eats them.
Standard Jurassic Park fare.
Like just picture like this T-posing dinosaur in the middle of a glass cage, like being rolled out. You know, like the auction scene in Jurassic World Evolution.
I never actually saw that one.
Or the betting scene. Anyone in chat who's seen it? It's like it gets rolled out and unveiled to everyone. If you look at your nails, they seem to be a little sus. Oh, I can't escape it. No.
So there's a movie called Carnotaurus.
That's it. That's the one. Sorry, I misspoke, I guess. Hold on. Where is it? No, this isn't it. Oh my god, I can't remember what it was called.
And I can look up Carnotaur movies.
I can't remember what it was called. It might not have even been that.
Oh, there's an animated movie called Dinosaur. It's got some really jank PS3 graphics.
Hold on. Oh my god, I found it. I was right. It's Carnosaur.
Carnosaur?
Yeah.
There is a movie called Carnosaur from like the 1990s.
That's it. I think. The plot synopsis is almost exactly what I remember.
Gross.
It's actually terrible. But it was so weird because, like I was saying, picture a scene where like this glass cage with a T-posing dinosaur in the middle of it is like being rolled out. Rolled out from like the background to be unveiled, and like the lights go out, and this thing literally like T-posing just phases through the glass and just says y'all cringe, and everyone dies. And then like suddenly 60 of them are out and everywhere. And it's so weird, dude.
You should see this artist rendition of it. It looks so
looks
so dumb. It looks so derp. It looks like a sausage. Oh no, I've been derailed. I wish I could show you guys what I'm seeing.
Oh, is Dinosaur King on Netflix. Basically a ripoff of both Pokemon and Digimon with CGI dinosaurs superimposed into cartoons. As a kid, I had low standards, but holy crap, was this bad to the point where even I didn't watch episode 3. I feel like I know what you're talking about. I feel like I know, but I could be wrong.
Do you see what I posted?
Put it back.
Yeah. Put it on screen. It
What,
looks like a sausage.
Yeah.
It looks like a sausage.
Yeah, it does. I'm surprised you didn't know what the Did you not know what a Carnotaur looks like? Carnotaurus, I believe, wasn't it? Carnosaur or Hold on.
Carter. Whatever.
Yeah, it's Carnotaurus.
It's an angry pickle.
Angry pickle. Very angry pickle.
Like, take the Tyrannosaurus Rex and their tiny arms and just sort of like make them an amputee.
It's like combining like bits. This looks like a breeding incident between an Allosaurus and a T-Rex gone wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Except its arms got even smaller because of it. Well, no, that's why, because freaking, isn't it like the whole thing with Allosaurus is because they would just break their necks constantly, and like because they kept like whenever they run, and try and chase things, if they do too hard of a turn, it's like they fall over and freaking break their neck, or like their arms or something.
How did the species survive?
They didn't.
So long?
They're. Why do you think they're dead?
I know they're dead. I'm just wondering how they survived at all.
I don't know, but it's a lot of the time. I feel like, what wasn't that a thing? Hold on, I don't know. Hold on. Allosaurus breakneck. Hold on. Let's see here. Allosaurus, large, blah 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 blah. I want to see it break its neck. Neck. 13 times when neck is doing things. I can't remember where it is, but I feel like I remember this, like, freaking when they're running and stuff, or whenever they were chasing after things, they would just fall over and their necks would break. Or they, like, one of the primary deaths whenever chasing, like, was not generally from anything they were chasing, it's just because they fell over and their necks freaking snapped.
You suck.
That or, like, their shoulders or something. I can't remember what it was. Then again, I could be very, very wrong, and I'm probably going to be corrected on this later and be made fun of by, like, dinosaur Twitter or something.
Dinosaur Twitter? Hey, yo, Stegosaurus. Look at the Stegosaurus 69. Look at this fool. Look at this fool.
Stretching.
Did you post this on Funky Fan, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm a smart. Don't worry about it. This dinosaur stuff is weird. You know? Honestly, you know what pisses me off? Like, beyond belief? The inconsistency of the existence of Jurassic Park on Netflix. Like, 1 minute it's there, and literally, I have wanted to watch Jurassic Park so many times in the past, like, couple of years, but I have been completely screwed over because Netflix decides, yeah, we're gonna add Jurassic Park for 1 day, and then removes it the next.
Isn't it, like, on its anniversary or something?
Something like that. But every time it pisses me off, because I want to watch it. I want to watch all the movies, but I can't, because freaking Netflix keeps removing it.
Something tells me that the owners of Jurassic Park are charging a premium just for like 1 day.
Spared no expense.
Yeah, just.
This is why pirating exists, kids.
Yeah, this is why pirating exists, because companies are too fucking tight-fisted with their with their properties that are so old that some of the actors have died.
Yeah.
They refuse to let it go because it's still making money. It's still making money. Let's check this dead horse. Oh, it's still making money.
Did you know
because people are still buying it instead of pirating it?
Yeah. So
yeah.
You know? Did you know that the actors from the original Jurassic Park movie are returning for the new one? Like the new one they're making right now. It's called like Jurassic World Domination or something.
Oh.
Yeah, they're getting the actor for Alan Grant and all who's it? They're getting Jeff Goldblum back to play Ian Malcolm.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum at this point will just say yes to about anything.
he's still a legend, nonetheless. He's kind of boggers.
I mean, I think they actually get Jeff Goldblum to do a voice for a Jurassic Park video game?
Yeah.
I feel like they did.
Yeah, they did. It was
and he
for.
just memed on them.
Oh yeah, he totally did. But also he was amazing. Like I'm pretty sure every time I played that game and I heard like Jeff freaking talk, it was just pure euphoria being dripped into my ears, dude. It was awesome.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, because he's genuinely just hilarious in general to me. This is the part where his like tweets from 16 years ago come up and then, oh no, you said you liked this person. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be assassinated. If you're gonna assassinate me, anyone, just could you like wait for me to make toast first?
There's no point in actually putting your opinion on the internet. You're just gonna get your head chopped off anyways.
There's no point in being on the internet to begin with. There's no point in not being on the internet anyways. Also, because then someone will just put you on the internet.
Well, there's a different problem with that.
Use a VPN.
So
set yourself to a different country. That's like mandatory at this point for Netflix. Dang, bro, I wish I could. Almost like I want to do that, but I like don't want to pay for a good VPN. But I'd prefer not to shell out to Nord yet until they sponsor me.
Yeah, Nord, sponsor us, quit please.
Please, I want to watch Jurassic Park again. Please, I need to watch the new season of Rick and Morty on Netflix. Please.
I mean, really, all you have to do is just search the hashtag NordVPN and just, you know, steal people's creator codes.
But
here's
the trick. Here's the trick. No. You don't steal people's creator codes. You get a creator code and then they give you free. And then you continuously, like every month, you ask them to like sponsor you, and then you continue getting it. It's a big brain moves. Doesn't what is it called? Opera GX come with a built-in VPN?
Does it?
I think it does.
Oh my god, if it does.
I'm not gonna recommend it until they sponsor me.
Oh.
Sponsor me now. Do it. It'd be so poggers.
We have 6 whole viewers.
Really?
Look at us. 6 whole viewers.
Better
Sponsor us with our 6 viewers.
Sponsor. You'd have 6. Why should we sponsor you? You only have like 6 people. That's 6 more customers.
That's 6 more people that use your stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So you're gonna give me free subscriptions to everything, right? Hold on. I need to let my dog out. My dog crawled under my bed.
Oh.
I saw just her head like peeking out of it. I'd say if she would stop freaking dumping on my floor and then leaving.
Yeah.
The worst part is she's learning to hide it, which is concerning me. Because she's not learning to go outside, she's just learning to hide it.
It's almost like disciplining people for stuff that they can't control and you don't bother to learn about or try to understand their point of view causes people to hide shit. I'm not saying that you should, forgive people for hiding, for not doing their taxes, but damn.
I think the problem is no one freaking lets her out. Or none of my siblings lets her out other than me, and I don't leave the room like ever. So.
Wow, it's like your family is kind of sus and cringe.
Yeah, they are. They're really sus and cringe. I hate.
Not Pog.
Yeah, my dad is like one of the only people who cares for them. The problem is they take naps and they're like, "Hey, you let the dogs out?" To my siblings, and they're like, "No." Sorry, it's sorry. Correction. Their response is yes, but no.
So they're just lying.
Yeah.
I don't like your family.
I don't either. I partially like one person in my family, and then I actually like another. But that's about it. Not a lot of other love going on in here. Can't wait for this to be clipped and sent to my family. And then I'm either gonna have to sit down or I'm gonna stand my ground and say you're cringe and then just walk away.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground.
Standing my ground doesn't do jack diddly. They'll just go like, okay. My word means nothing. The force of my words to my family is about the same force of my words on Twitter. Doesn't matter. Non-existent.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. I love it. So cool. So freaking cool, dude. I'm dying over here. How do you feel about Rockstar Games and their continued incompetence with their games? Or with their online games?
You mean... I've just sort of stopped playing their games. I mean, I know... Mega probably wants us to play some, but bleh. Bleh. It's gross. I don't want it.
I mean, here's the thing.
I need a medic bag.
I need Bane, I'm dying. I need a medic bag. I mean, okay. To give Rockstar one thing, Red Dead 2 is fun. Red Dead 2 Online is fun. Mainly because there's actually more to do in the game than just hunting on your own. There's more to do in the game other than just the heists, if you're on your own, you know? So you can actually, do stuff.
Wait, there's heists in Red Dead 2?
Yeah, but they're not good heists. They basically, okay, so the plus and, like, the pros and cons of, like, RDO versus GTA 5 Online. RDO has like one or two kind of heists, whereas it has a lot of free roam jazz and stuff, and like arena jazz and just general world stuff. Whereas GTA 5 Online has it's normal stuff, but like there's nothing really there for people like me, people who just like exploring and just looking around and doing stuff randomly.
Right.
There's a reason I'm more into like Western stuff. I like the more slow atmosphere of the game. Because the difference of them is one of them I'm going to be shot at high speeds and extreme gameplay while someone's listening to techno music, and the other one is country music and then a distant shot a shot in the distance and then I'm dead.
Yeah.
Or passing by someone and just waving and saying howdy and leaving.
I had an encounter where we would just walk around well and just say howdy, 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 howdy,
howdy, mister.
And then they gunned me down and that was that. But
yeah. I remember I actually have a soundboard primarily for Red Dead Online, because I have my Red Dead set to my voice mod, and then if I'm doing Red Dead, I set my voice mod input to a completely unusable thing, or something that puts out no actual audio. and then I just go in and I use just a bunch of like sound effects. But the joke is all of them are bound to like important keys. So if I try and right click, it says nut. If I sprint, it makes the cloaker noise. If I press F, I believe it's a Discord message. Which F is the punch key, I believe. And then 1 to 6 is... I can't really remember, but I remember it's a bunch of like songs and stuff. And I know for a fact, I remember this vividly. Number 6 is the Seinfeld theme. Not even one bit of it. The entire thing. So God forbid I press 6. And then Deadeye is time stop sound effect. It's freaking Dio's. It's the world for Deadeye.
Yo, Jojo, the world.
Yeah.
Stop time again. The world. Doesn't sound good in English.
Yeah. Dude, I hate Rockstar for what the lack of like care at all towards Red Dead Online. Like I don't care.
People keep playing it, so they're
no, that's the thing.
Not gonna up I'm
not afraid to admit it. I am casual user base. And I don't even play this crap anymore. The thing is, I love it to bits. I love Red Dead Online. I love hunting. I love just doing stuff. I love fishing. I love just being there. But the thing is, there's nothing else to do. At a certain point, after you finish like the main story stuff, like the story missions that are there for you, there's nothing to do. They added stuff with Blood Money, like they added more Stranger Quests, but there's nothing there.
Well, you know what their release thing is, right? As soon as their player base starts dwindling, they release something.
I tweeted about this. I remember. Yeah. I was like, you ever like, you know, there's always like the big player like community thing of, oh, let's boycott the game, let's not play it for like a week or something, or like a month or some crap like that. But everyone knows like no one else is gonna do that, or feels like no one else is gonna do that, so they don't. Because like, what's the point? I felt that for the longest time, and then I just realized, well, what does it matter if no one else is going to? If there's even a slight chance that someone else is going to, then I will. You know? Yeah. Because if there's no action, period, what's the point in trying and talking about it? You know, if you're gonna complain, take action, even if no one else will.
That's the funny thing. What other action is there? Name a cowboy game that came out in the last 10 years.
West of Loathing.
Okay. That's on me. I set the bar too low.
Yeah.
That's not a cowboy game. That's not a Western game. Yes, that is a comedic. No, I know. But it's more of a comedic like space Western if you actually went through all the routes.
Oh yeah.
It's super weird.
I still haven't finished West of Loathing.
We should play it on. That could be like our little breakout thing if we run out of topics to talk about. Just open up West of Loathing and just have some fun.
I need West of Loathing first. I lost it because it was one of my games that I winked into existence to try it out, and then subsequently lost when Blade and Sorcerer decided go.
I have it.
Oh.
I own it.
Fog. You want to talk about anime? And the anime, like our watch parties that we've been doing?
Oh my gosh. One of the most cursed watch parties.
Only way to vote nowadays is with your wallet or time. Just don't give them the latter. and don't give them the former in the future.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, honestly. I stopped playing Red Dead Online. I'm not gonna play Red Dead Online as much as I love it, and I love like my character and its lore and their lore and stuff, and like the dumb little cute story I have for them. I refuse to continue it until it's actually good. And I remember I did a similar thing with Anthem where I looked at it and I was like, hey, this looks interesting. I really am excited for this. But I'll wait. And I'm doing the same thing with Battlefield. What is it? 4022? Is it?
I don't know.
Where I'm on purpose leaning back and like being I'm interested, but I'm not buying it until I know it's all right and good. Because I feel like that's the curse of pre-ordering and stuff, and like not looking into what you're getting. You know what I mean? Because you'll get into it after buying it, and it has good content for like the first 2 hours, and then suddenly the Steam's 2 hour marks up, and then suddenly it's not so good anymore. So it's just like there's you gotta look at it and be like, okay, how good is this? And wait for it to come out and other people to play it to see like, yeah, this game's good. It's not trash. It's not stealing your money. It's like, okay.
There was one game.
Yeah.
The last game that I pre-ordered, I'm trying to remember what it was.
The last game I pre-ordered was Persona 5 Royal.
Cyberpunk. I pre-ordered Cyberpunk.
I did too. I don't regret pre-ordering Cyberpunk because I still had hella fun playing it.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
It suffers from
Bethesda syndrome.
internet syndrome. What does it?
Yeah, because most
it
some
suffers
of the bugs,
from No Man's Sky syndrome. More like
it suffers from both. Because it was rushed, but at the same time, Bethesda. Okay, the difference between No Man's syndrome and Bethesda syndrome, or actually no, yeah, Bethesda syndrome is bugs make it more fun, in a way, depending on what kind of bug it is, and No Man's syndrome is rushed by hype and such.
Okay, but hear me out. Like you know the whole dev hell of it.
Yeah.
The companies that CD Projekt Red was trying to push it through. Yeah, they screwed them over with posts after CD Projekt Red told them, yeah, this isn't going to be ready. So basically it was, hey, Chief, this thing isn't going to be ready. Is that okay? Yeah,
No.
It's going to be okay, but you better have it ready by the time that we told you.
No. Well, yes, but actually no.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna suck, but when Warhammer Dark Tide and the Vermintide update with the new class come out, I'm not buying them because Games Workshop is currently a complete asshole to literally its entire community, specifically anyone trying to be creative online. I see. Augers. Love it when that happens. Speaking of development hell, freaking Project Zomboid. Yeah, you know what Project Zomboid is. Like, you got any experience in it?
It's not really my style game, but Hired Blade tried to get me to play it. It was really popular on Twitch for like a week.
It's popular. Yeah, because people play it. Like, big people will play it. Like, big people as in people like Tomato Gaming or stuff. Like, who have like the whole Kraken circle.
Right.
With them, and that'll like bring an audience back to the game for like a week, and then the audience will leave again. Mm-hmm. Which really sucks, because the damn. Ow. The game itself is actually really fun. Like it's a weirdly spiritual successor to Cataclysm. Dark Days Ahead.
Mm.
At least to me, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's on the same one, like the same quality level, but it's a spiritual successor, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the same, it's different. But at the same time, it's good. Great. But I hate like the people who, you know, get on the developer's case a lot, like for the lack of progress that they've made. Because these people, first off, it's an indie team. It's an indie team. And they have had more misfortune in the development of this game than No Man's Sky had in its entire lifetime so far.
Oof.
Because, like, there was a laptop stolen with most of the game's code where they had to rebuild it from the ground up. No, it wasn't a laptop stolen. It was a laptop that got fried because of a sprinkler.
Oh no.
Hold on. What?
It kind of sounds like they're making excuses, but at the same time, they're not.
Hold on. Setbacks. Let's see. Yeah, they were robbed. They had like one of the laptops with like the big code and stuff just freaking yoinked. And a couple of other things I can't remember right now. But like they genuinely have had this stuff stacked against them where they've had to rebuild the game from the like ground back up and lost a ton of progress. Which really freaking sucks. And to add on to that, currently they've moved from 2D like pixel art characters to 3D.
They did?
Yeah. And
Grief.
and currently they're working on both multiplayer and placeable items. Which means they'll have to make a 3D model for literally every single item. So that they can be placed down as like a proper item in the game. Which I know that's more cosmetic, but also, dude, that adds so much. That adds so much. Because, like, picture, you like, I remember there was a specific scene that they did. At least they're being potentially honest and pushing stuff back to compensate, as opposed to No Man's Sky just lying about what the release product was going to be. They couldn't talk themselves down. Sony wouldn't let them.
Yeah, in the instances of No Man's Sky and CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk, it was literally the corporations that they were trying to sell these things to, pushing them and pushing them and pushing them, being like, hey, we need this product, but it's not ready. We don't care. It'll be your fault. Everybody loves us, and they're going to hate you. Insert evil laugh here.
Here it is. I'm gonna send this to you because I feel like you would really be interested in how this is and how this works. The right one? It's not. God damn. Hold on. Categories. News and dev. Let's see here. Where did I put it? God damn. Butter Eyes. Bingo. This should be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Copy video URL. I'm gonna put this in general for you. But it's. I'll put this in chat too for anyone who wants to watch it. It's very cool. Like that adds all like the clutter and stuff can add, specifically to like character roleplay and stuff, can add a monumental amount of detail. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Cause like you know, you place down all your notes everywhere. Cause that's the cool thing about Project Zomboid to me. Like the notes, like writing and stuff, actually ups you know your happiness or your boredom and crap. So there's an actual reason to do it and write down your notes. And I remember for the longest time, like I never really wanted to do notes and stuff or like journals and jazz. But then suddenly I realized, holy crap, this game would be so much cooler if I decided to start cataloging what I do. And, leaving notes for myself on places I've been, genuinely trying to use survivor tactics in the game. Because it just, like I said, like I remember I added a mod that allowed me to use like spray paint and stuff. And make symbols on the ground and walls and stuff. So actual survivor tactics. And marking places that are unsafe, that kind of jazz. Imagine like an entire idea of, say, setting up an alarm clock inside of like a storage container to draw in a bunch of zombies into it and then shutting it. Just those dumb ideas. It's so cool to me. Because, say you install Superb Survivors, which is a mod that adds actual NPCs to the game, like people who will follow you around and be in your group, will talk to you and jazz. And and also that will add NPCs that'll like go around and make their own safe houses and become raiders and jazz. That whole spiel, that whole cool concept. It's so interesting because then you'll have like territories that you'll have to keep looking out for because you could be shot down by a survivor that looted a gun from a cabinet, or stole, or there won't be food in one house, or one house will be completely boarded up, and you'll just hear like noises coming from inside because there's someone in there. Project Zomboid is genuinely one of my favorite games. Like to just turn off my brain and play. Which isn't great because you shouldn't turn off your brain while playing that game because you will die. But it's one of those odd turn off brain ones because you're not really turning off your brain, it's just a relax kind of experience. Depending on where you're at the game. And also how good you are at the game. It's so cool. I wish I played it more. Alas. Want to talk about how we almost missed the stream?
Oh yeah, because so the Tavern SMP has been growing exponentially.
Thank you, Mayori.
And we have this yeah, thank you, Mayori. We have this fun little rule that everyone who joins has to join while somebody is on stream to greet them, except for people who want to be loners. But besides the rage about the bread, what was the reason why we nearly missed it?
Me being a dumbass and thinking that it wasn't today.
Oh yeah.
And then almost doing horror games.
I mean, to be fair, you know what I'm doing right now.
Tavern still?
Well, no, I'm letting Bug, the god of the mod, know what mods to add and which ones to remove for the next iteration. It's gonna be great. Alright, Charset, Funky Locomotion. Those. Funky Locomotion doesn't work. Sorry.
So, you guys heard about Twitch Prime?
My organs are failing from you mentioning that.
Listen, you'll be here soon.
No. Why?
Listen, I have to shell out. I don't get a payout unless I do.
True.
Twitch holds on to every cent of the money until it reaches 100. I've actually been considering setting up a donation counter thing to count how much I have until then. Because honestly, I feel like that's people would donate to it to increase that thing. Because it's like, oh, I need to get it done. I need to complete it.
Let's see.
You hear that Maori is going to be streaming again soon? Possibly? Atros?
Really?
Yeah. They kind of been absent on Twitch and stuff past few months. Yeah, I know they've been. Oh crap! I don't know if I can tell people this. No one watches me anyway. I know they've been working on a video. For a while now, for the tavern.
Oh, for the tavern.
Yeah, because they recorded their first few days instead of streaming it. The problem is like they keep more stuff keeps happening, so they keep recording more so that people can be in the video can be caught up to what's happening now once they start streaming, and it's just like
okay, so yeah, record, but also edit your damn video and start releasing videos.
Well, no, they're editing it, and they're almost done almost every time, and then they record more because stuff happens.
So chop it up and start posting it. You gotta.
Nah, I don't exactly know particularly what's going on with their editing process, but I did advise them to maybe just stop recording and finish the video, and then just come to streaming instead. There's gonna be a gap, and that's kind of not avoidable. Unless, you stop recording and lore completely stops for like a couple of months, something.
Yeah, and hopefully once we get more people on the server, lore will be more forthcoming. I mean, all my lore really is. You want to know the extent of my lore?
Android AIDS. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm getting old. I best automate stuff to make sure that everyone has what they need before I fucking pass away. My character arc.
My bones are getting rusty.
I need a medic bag!
Bane,
but y'all don't have medic bag!
Bane, I'm dying. Ah!
Bane, my circuitry don't work anymore. Bane, I need an infusion of nanites. Bane!
Sora. Freaking Atros breaks down. Sora's just freaking. You know the whole me. Have you watched Gravity Falls?
Yes.
So you know the freaking power move Seuss uses on the vending machine to get it open? That's what Atros ever breaks down. That's what freaking Sora just hits their shoulders and then the side of their arm, and then Atros's head pops off. It's like, let's take a look-see inside.
Oh boy, I would not recommend poking Atros.
Yeah?
If they go offline.
Yeah? Why?
There is some very nasty things that happen if you do that.
Bada bing, bada boom. Pop the head off. Let's take a look under the hood.
Congratulations, you have been atomized.
I'm already atomized, dumbass.
No, I mean destroyed. Your atoms have been scattered across the multiverse.
Sounds like heaven to me. Release Sora from their freaking goopy imprisonment.
No, you just get put into a disc, like Zadok. Get teleported into a disc.
Yeah.
Imagine finding a broken down robot, right? In like a cave, thousands of years later after the events of the tavern. And somebody pokes them and they get sucked into a fucking disc and spat out of the front.
Nah. You freaking you poke the robot and then a freaking gurgling sound comes from it and just Sora comes leaking out of like Atrus's boot or something.
Oh.
Like, go away.
Also, I need to start working on skins. Make Atrus look a little more dilapidated.
Hold on, no, because holy crap, no, it makes total sense that by that point Sora would fit entirely in a boot because they haven't eaten. They probably haven't eaten, so they'd be all the biological mass that they gained would just be gone. They'd literally be a puddle, like a tiny ass puddle.
But where are their head though? Did they consume their head because they're hungry?
Nah, that's like all that's left. It's just like that tiny white pile instead. Because it's just their head that's left. Or their head scales with their body mass.
That doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because you said it's the only human bit of them left.
Well, yes, but also okay. So
there is no way you can get around this. Either head get consumed or head same size.
Well, yeah, duh, but also I didn't commit to that lore. Cringe. Didn't commit to it. Okay, how do I change my hair then, dumbass?
I've said before, you have shape-shifting ability. You can control the color of your goop through concentration. Lots and lots of concentration.
I don't know what I want to commit to. I feel like the head is either just a slightly decolorized goop compared to the rest of it, or it's just opposite colors for the head. Because it's like hair color, you know? Because they can change their hair color. Why can't they change like the color of at least their head? But it takes like an immense amount of willpower to do so. Or at least change it once.
So
it's not holding it, it's changing it. That sucks.
So, you remember a while ago when I told you about this show called Centaur World?
Yeah.
I want to watch it with you because there's a delightfully fucked scene like near the end. Which is basically the goop where Sora ended up. The all-consuming goo.
Let's see. You want to know something interesting?
Yes.
Okay, Sora's goop.
Yes.
I told you it was based on Goopster from an Undertale Ask blog or Gaster. Whatever you want to call it. The in the moment basis of them was on the goo from BoJack in The View from Halfway Down.
Wait, what goo?
Hold on.
The goo?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me send you the scene.
Wait, hang on. That episode sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the death one. It's the one where like, okay, spoilers. Mute your stream for like the next few seconds. If you don't want to be spoiled on BoJack Horseman and you want to watch it. It's the scene where BoJack's basically drowned in the pool, and he's like living out. He's living in a dream, or he's doing a dream where he's at a dinner party with all his dead friends. That whole thing. It's the goop from that one. I sent a video.
Oh yeah, I
it.
remember that one.
I
remember that one.
Yeah, the goop. That's what it's based on, actually. It's a you can see the corrosiveness where that came from, right?
Yes.
I think I was watching BoJack when I made my character. I think that's why.
Somebody made one with the Blue Jay from the normal show or whatever.
The normal show.
What is it called?
It's called Regular Show.
The regular show. The normal show.
That totally sounds like an English translation of a rip-off show of it. The normal show.
But yeah, the Blue Jay from the normal show. The regular
The
show.
normal show. It's the normal show. Who's the main character? Oh, the main character is a red woodpecker.
Oh gosh, I feel like I've actually seen the stupid red woodpecker, which is not red woodpecker, but a cardinal. Cardinal is the red jay.
Oh, who's their best friend? Who's their best friend? Oh, it's a red panda.
I'd watch it.
Well, what's their name? Mordecai and Rugby.
Mortimer and
Just keep it as Rugby.
Rugby. Mortimer and Rugby.
Oh, what show are they from?
Ah!
Regular show.
Ow! Ow!
Normal
Ow!
show.
Who? Fuck! Damn it!
They're from Normal Show. Normal. No.
Sorry to scream like that, but somebody called me, and my computer keeps resetting the fucking volume of my notifications. I don't like it.
Bro, your computer is just as screwed up as Atris's BIOS. My God.
It really is.
Pretty sure it's more screwed up at this point. What's the real name of the show? It's not Normal Show. It's Normal TV. Normal series.
No. It's normal play. It's normal.
No. It's Normal series.
Normalcy.
God, it's golden. So much. I'm still. Hold on. Okay, completely off topic. Freaking. I am still ultra pissed that my Spamton clip on TikTok has still not gotten any views. I need to make a program that automatically update. Oh my god.
Does it have a view?
It has 2 views.
Oh my gosh!
After what? 3 days, it has 3 views. My god. It's happened.
Just post the TikTok clip to Funky Fam and break the analytics.
One more view. No, okay, I'm so stupid. I have to think of it like Cromer. 3 Cromer, so good. Oh my god, I'm freaking rich in views. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna sit over here and pretend like you're that.
Yeah. You're gonna try and you're gonna try and move away from me.
No. Let's see.
Buddy.
We got what?
Buddy.
What?
You sure you want to do that?
What?
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 Are you gonna commit cringe soon?
What? Yes.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna boot everyone from the server and destroy them.
No, that's
It
so
will
cringe.
destroy everything.
That's so cringe. Why?
Yes, it is. Also the evilest thing I can think of right now. No more SMP for you. You keep reversing the polarity on my giant, energy core.
Bro, what the hell is this dumbass doing standing in the energy beam? Sora just does weird crap.
I don't care about the person standing in the frickin' in the energy beam. I care about the person who keeps turning off all of my automation by turning off the sun in my basement. I'm gonna call it a sun so that people know what the fuck I'm talking
It's
about.
Apollo.
It looks like a sun.
It's totally Apollo.
I heard it was you.
No, I freaking don't touch the thing. I literally, the only time I go up to the energy core is to just look at it in awe of the freaking amount of energy in it. I freaking don't touch that thing ever, other than to do that.
So, oh wait, no, it was Zadok, Meatball, and Apollo who's doing it.
Could always try and install a plugin that allows you to see who last touched a block, and then
That's a thing.
Yeah, these plugins are totally a thing. It's like there's one for grief, like because I know it exists because like it's primarily used for like anti-grief stuff or like knowing who griefed blocks and stuff.
Atris Hayport about to recover their detective mode.
Yeah. Nah, just freaking, dude. Let Sora just freaking like cover the thing, and then it'll be like, ah, yeah, this is totally Apollo. I can taste it.
You have been accused of being cringe and found guilty. You are not a vibe.
Oh,
off to the shadow realm with you.
I had an idea. Speaking of the tavern.
Yeah.
So, I recently I wanted to do a thing. I wanted to make an animatic. I sent the Ghostbusters 2 toaster scene, right?
Yes.
I want to make an animatic of that where it's Sora, Apollo, Xena, and Atris sitting around a freaking toaster, and Sora's just stuck like their fingers into it for a second and like left some goop inside of the toaster and is making it dance. And
Atris is just sitting there horrified. Grandpa.
freaking Apollo picks up the toaster and is, oh, you're my favorite what is it, Christmas boutique gift, and he sticks his the warning of like sticking your fingers inside the toaster and it eating you. He freaking sticks his fingers in the toaster like in the video.
Except it actually
it cuts off. It cuts off right as he starts screaming.
Okay, you're gonna be contracting Anna to Xena.
Nah. I'm probably gonna do it myself. It's a good challenge for me. It's more of a long-term project.
Gotcha.
Alternatively, I could remake the I could remake the Statue of Liberty scene where it's freaking Sora just piloting a goop mech out of just all the excess goop.
Yes, goop.
They've got freaking 3 storage bins of the stuff. They could totally just spew out a couple thousand blocks and make a goop mech to pilot. That's a funny idea. I'm gonna do that in lore.
Goop mech.
You know what I don't get? Speaking of big goop mech. Big monster mods.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why they suck so bad.
Yeah.
Cause, okay, hear me out. So, Orespawn, take Orespawn. It had Mobzilla. This is the same mod that has the spider that literally like has a bunch of legs that individually track where they're supposed to be, you know, and use like what is it, reverse kinematics and stuff to like bend and stuff properly.
Ooh.
And that kind of stuff. But Mobzilla still cannot walk like a proper goddamn mob. Because they're large enough to walk like, you know, if they were to just use that same system for the big mobs, you know, the same system that the spider used on things like Mobzilla or a Godzilla mob or just any big mob that's like massive and like is slow walking. You slow down the thing and you use like the spider kinematics that they used on the spider from Orespawn. And then boom, you have a giant ass super cool enemy that like wanders around your world. It's like Shadow of the Colossus, goddammit.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool, but no one freaking does it because no one's a fan of kaiju stuff.
Okay.
And the people who are a fan of kaiju stuff, you know, don't
know how to program.
Don't know how to program, right?
Well, I think there's a direct correlation there. Because when people want to make kaiju shit, it's really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Either that or it's just more of a pain in the ass than they feel it's worth.
We get closer and closer. The day that a kaiju mod for Minecraft that's actually good comes out, you will hear me scream pure euphoria out of my mouth as I almost immediately install it. You will not see me for the next couple of months if that happens. Dude, freaking speaking of kaiju game, you know how much I want a freaking kaiju game where you're just Godzilla walking through like a dynamically generating city? And, you know, you have all the Godzilla powers and stuff. And you know, you're just walking. You ever seen Megaton Rainfall?
Megaton Rainfall. I don't think I have.
Okay.
Which is
it's like it's a game. It's a game that you're basically like Superman. You're basically Superman, and you know you can like there's systems for you to like fly to entirely different worlds and stuff. It's really cool, like entirely what is it? Dynamically generated worlds, that kind of jazz. But like, you know, you can always go back to Earth. That kind of jazz.
Okay.
It's like being a Saitama if Saitama could fly and shoot lasers out of his hand. That kind of jazz. You're basically invincible and stuff, and your job is to save cities from invading aliens. But if you let the aliens attack the city and kill people too much, then you lose. But also, if you happen to shoot into the city and hurt them, then you also lose.
Huh.
You know, and you don't have to do that. You can still just wander around and do your own shtick. There's also a mod that's called Let Me Be the Villain, where you can just blow up cities and not care. It's like a free roam kind of thing. It's really cool. But I want a game like that, but you're Godzilla. Or just kaijus in general.
See,
and you're just walking through the goddamn city. It's so good.
I grew up with games like MechWarrior.
Uh-huh.
Where they made the environment entirely destructible.
Yeah.
So you could just walk through, fire missiles at one building, use your machine gun to cut another building in half. It was a lot of fun. And then they just sort of stopped making them because nobody likes giant fucking stuff.
Yeah. Like, picture this, okay? This is the kind of scene that I envision whenever I think of free roam Godzilla game. You know, you're Godzilla. You're in like, say like your old 18th century? or 19th century, I don't know. Godzilla. You know, the original Godzilla per se. And you're just walking through this massive city, and like you accidentally rub up against a building, and like it crumbles. Like the entire wall that you like bump into like dents, and like all the glass breaks. And depending on how bad you like bumped into it, it like starts crumbling on that side until it starts collapsing over onto like the other building on the other side of the street. Picture just walking into a T-bone section and then just walking through the building at the end. And then just a Godzilla level imprint. And then it just starts crumbling in. Ah, it's so good. Or reenacting the Shin Godzilla laser scene where just you just freaking melt through all the buildings and they just start sliding away, or they just like start crumbling to the ground or something. Oh, it's so good. Speaking of this, there is a game right now in development. There is actually a kaiju game like that, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it, but it's X-Kidio, the kaiju game. And it is it's golden. I love it. The developer seems actually really freaking like dedicated to the game, and it's I played the demo, and it says a lot whenever a tiny demo of a game had enough replay value for me to sit there for like a good 5 hours and just mess around in it. I loved it to bits. It's so good.
We'll have to take a look at it because I don't know. I can't imagine that for some reason.
Could send it to you. Hold on. On the Twitter account in general. But it is really cool. Godzilla games are. Just wish I wish they fit my taste of free roam destructo stuff. You want to talk about the watch parties finally? Because I feel like we skipped over that heavy.
Sure.
So, me and Atris have been doing watch parties for like the last few days, where we've been watching anime and anime so far. We have a couple other things on there though. I gotta say, anime is it's just weird. It's got a weird mix for me now. Cause before it was like, yeah, this is good, and I saw it no differently than cartoons, really, you know. Whereas now it feels like whenever watching it, it feels weird and off to me. I don't know why.
What, anime?
Yeah. You know what? I know why. I know why. Cause it's the humor. It's not just the art style, because art styles can differ majorly. But it's the humor. Because, you know, anime has an almost completely different humor than, say, most like Western cartoons and stuff.
Right.
And I kind of realized that, damn, I actually like this humor a lot more, and for a while I forgot why I had actually liked anime so much, and I realized, oh my god, it's because I like just, you know, the Japanese humor.
How silly it was.
Yeah, it's silly.
We're watching some pretty silly ones. What was it?
It was Gabriel Dropout, and then Asobi Asue, I think.
Asobi Asubase.
Yeah.
The Pastimers Club. It's really funny.
Yeah. We need to watch Dragon Maid soon. That, and also unrelated to anime, we need to watch Megamind. My god. I've been rewatching
all of that, you need to watch Centaur World.
No.
Delightfully fucked.
Oh,
delightfully fucked.
I'm saving that for after all the feel-good stuff.
All right,
so that I
fine.
can be thoroughly feel gooded out, and then then I'll be even more down and ready to watch it because I'll be in the mood.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Freaking, I've been watching the Megamind presentation scene on like repeat.
Presentation.
Just the
Fucking
freaking,
hell,
just the music, and it's like its timing is.
Oh, it's so
masterful.
fucking good.
Masterful. Just like the detail too, to like all the stuff. Like I never noticed this, but like whenever like the clouds are appearing, you can actually see all the what is it? The brain.
Droids.
Yeah, the droids like coming up in a swarm into the clouds from the bottom of the tower. And I never noticed that because they're just like these little white lights at the bottom. But it makes it so much. If I was to pick any movie that I know would probably never get a sequel unless I asked it to happen, you know?
You specifically asked the people who made,
like, if I had to choose one movie that I know would never get a sequel to get a sequel,
yeah, it would be that one,
and it not suck balls, you know what I mean? Like
yes.
a good sequel to a movie that I know would never get a sequel. I'd pick Megamind. Because freaking, if it's so good, it's just so good. There's, you know how with games you can tell if it's someone's baby like almost instantly.
Yeah.
This movie gave me those vibes almost constantly.
It was better than Despicable Me.
It was,
if I'm being honest.
Which sucks because they came out at the same time. They both featured a character called Minion.
Despicable Me got more likes because
Facebook moms
it exploited Facebook moms and it exploited the power of little girls.
Yeah.
It was basically a
should Megamind have come out before, like way before, or after Despicable Me is my question. To before. Negate this problem. Yeah.
So humanity is hang on.
Oh. Actually, if that's the case, oh my god, we don't live in the right timeline. We live in the wrong timeline now. Cause if Megamind came out way like far enough before Despicable Me, when Despicable Me came out, people would have probably called it a ripoff. Because, you know, the similarities between the two. At least in their characters, somewhat. Which, just the idea of someone calling Despicable Me a ripoff of Megamind makes me happy inside.
Yeah.
But alas, we don't live in a perfect world. I'll give Despicable Me, like the first Despicable Me, something. It was okay.
It was. I rather liked it. A little,
and then it wasn't.
Just a skosh. I liked it just a skosh.
I didn't. Then it was like completely hate you. You were fine. You worked for a bit. Then you created something that I don't like.
Like, to be fair, the opening. What an opening.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of got bloated.
The only good thing to come out of the Despicable Me franchise is Vector.
I'm racking my brain trying to find the origin, because you look at most works of fiction and they're just retellings of the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
Where did Megamind come from?
It
feels kind of like it was a what if tale of if You know, what if there was a second planet in Superman's story?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I I I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to save myself more for the actual movie.
Hmm.
But from what I remember, isn't it like a major deconstruction of like the precepts of heroes versus villains and that whole thing?
Kind of.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Really, what we should do is we should record our entire commentary on it,
Are
unlike
we
what
gonna
we
be
did
one of
with
those
the.
channels that like does the recordings of like the entire movie and then chops it up to like only the good bits?
Yeah.
I mean, I say that like it's a bad thing, even though I watch those channels a ton.
I mean, I feel like we would have some really interesting things to say about it because I constantly toe the line between the good guy and the villain.
Uh-huh.
Um, and you're just flat out a monster, so
What does that mean?
you are.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but like,
I'm talking about tropes. I'm not talking about how
yeah,
you
yeah.
actually act.
Just because you're a
Like
monster
Beauty and
doesn't mean.
the Beast was a monster.
Just
It
because
doesn't
you're a
matter that they were
monster.
cursed.
Yeah.
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy. The fucking intonations on that. Fuck. Anyways.
I feel, speaking of Wreck-It Ralph, freaking Wreck-It, like the first Wreck-It Ralph is golden. I can't hydrate, Fox. Go get me water and I might. Damn.
You suck.
Damn.
I rather liked Wreck-It Ralph just because it was full of references.
But
And
yeah.
it,
That, and it was just, dude, okay. Original Wreck-It
it,
Ralph.
it,
Not Breaks the Internet. Original Wreck-It Ralph. Genuinely still a great movie. I love it to bits.
it harkened back to the time where I remember going to arcades.
Hmm.
Or rather, not actual arcades, but those arcades that you see in like, skating rings,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And I had this primal fear that what I saw in those games would come to haunt me, right? And
Yeah.
in a way they did, because there was this game, this alien game. I don't even remember
I'm
what it
gonna.
was called, but it traumatized me because it was a game about killing aliens that infect dogs. I don't. Well, I know why, but I don't know what it is with dogs and me. But whenever there's a dog involved, I get way too emotional. I'm
Oh
dumb
no,
quick.
my brother's the same way. That's why he refuses to watch Jurassic Park 2 with me.
I mean, I'm sort of over it, but I mean, like things like Isle of Dogs, and um, uh, Homeward Bound still get to me.
Uh,
I don't know why, but they do. Um, but it was this. I only saw like the animation of the dog gets infected and it just fucking dies.
was it like a?
Um,
Was it just like? Hold on. Let me reposition this. Was it just like a death, like a freaking? It grabs onto the face and just. Dun.
all's over. No, it grabs onto the face and you like see an X-ray of the inside of the dog as it sort of takes over and starts ripping out like bits and pieces. It was fucked. It was fucked. Um, and I for the next like week or so, I
Ooh.
was on guard with my stuffed animals because I was just like, there's no way those aliens are gonna creep up and infect my stuffs.
Yeah. Jinxie's
uh,
Jinxie's live right now.
Oh, okay.
We're doing an art stream.
How long have we been going?
1 hour and 51 minutes. Almost there.
I
Almost to
see.
the luxurious 2-hour mark.
So you want to call it here because we're running out of topics, and
No,
I'm
no.
talking
We're not
about
running.
aliens infecting my stuffed animals.
Nah. That's no. I'm not gonna call it here. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just
All right.
saying for later, if Jinxie's still streaming, I'm gonna raid him.
That is a good.
But
Oh, we could also raid Tired Arts because they have only had like 1 or 2 viewers this entire day.
I don't know
And
how I don't know how much longer they're gonna be streaming though, and I don't want to send someone to someone who's just gonna get off.
True.
Because then I don't want to make them feel obligated to continue streaming because of it.
True.
I hated when that happened to me because I'll get raided by
Oh!
like 16 people and I'll be like, oh god damn it.
So I have a story to tell about logistics.
Uh-huh.
So as some people may know, I now have my first ever smartphone. Like the first one that I ever bought myself. Right?
Are you about to scream about how they sent it to the other state and then
Okay, so let me just paint this picture for you, okay? So, hang on, where is the thing? Where's the thing? I don't care. I don't care. I haven't done it for the audience yet. All right?
I feel like you have.
I haven't. So let's see. Where is
I don't
it?
remember when.
Okay, so we start off in Yunlong, Hong Kong. Where the damn thing is put together, right? And then it's there for like 2 days. It then gets moved to Lantau Island, Hong Kong, for 1, 2, 3 days. 4 days. Sorry, 4 days. It's then shipped to Anchorage, Alaska. And it's there for 2 days.
Ow.
Where it then flies over my location to Memphis, Tennessee. Which it then stays there for 2 days.
Yeah.
Finally arriving at my door, and I could not be more chuffed with it. It's got this really cool thing where I can. Hello, Fuji. It's got this really cool thing where I can have a game up, and also scroll through like messages and stuff, but without pausing the game. And in the same vein, I could watch anime while responding to Discord messages or playing a game.
I don't have water. I don't have anything to hydrate with. I don't have any like good cups that I can go get water in. Cuz they're all in the dishwasher right now, so I'm screwed, dude. Unless hydration can be excused or unless you want to change hydration for just this one stream to me taking my ass and go getting a Coke. Drink a soda.
Me sipping from my 2-liter jug of water.
Hey, yo, pass me the jug.
Peasant.
You know what? Speaking, going back to Isle of Dogs and the emotional stuff, I don't feel like I've gotten emotional at any kind of show or movie. Like properly emotional.
That's a lie.
I was going to say games, but Hat in Time and Undertale exist.
Right.
But other than those 2 games, I don't feel like I can't remember a single time where I've actually felt properly emotional about like a game or a movie or that kind of stuff. Like I'm never once. And I don't know why, because I'm a very I tend to be emotional outside of stuff, but it's odd. Like I don't cry ever. I'm pretty sure I can count on one hand the amount of times I have cried in the last 3 years. I have not gotten emotional at any like show or movie in the past 3 years.
Maybe because
sucks.
it's difficult for you to get invested in it without, like in games, it's easy to get invested because you're the one that's making things happen.
Yeah.
There's that element
What
of you doing something.
drawing program or app do you use?
Krita. I use Krita.
I used Fire Alpaca for the longest time, and then I moved to Krita as well, and then I moved to Clip Studio Paint, because of the very generous Maori who gave me access to one of their copies of it. And I've been freeloading off of them until I can afford to buy it myself. But since, like, I want to say a couple of months ago, maybe 7-ish, maybe 8, no, 6 months ago, I've been using Clip Studio Paint. Very good. But I don't know why. Because it's not a lack of investment. I know that much, because I'm always stupid invested in stories and stuff, but I don't know, I just don't feel very emotionally attached to much. Like, even people, sometimes. I'm very emotionally unattached to most people, which sucks because I care about them, and I love most of my friends. Like, to bits. But I don't know. Sucks. I love bringing down the mood.
I used to care a lot about my friends. Used to being the operative term. And then, like, oodles and oodles of drama happened, and I'm like, what's the point of being invested in my friends if this is inevitably going to happen? If they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. I'm not gonna fucking fight for this. If they're like, it's them or me, I'm just like, bitch, you already made that decision. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You wanna do some real talk?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna talk about the story I love to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
About I talked about it I've talked about it a few times. Talked about it in Jinxie's stream whenever they were doing Dark Souls. I was gonna say something, but just ditto everything Atris said. I see. I talked about it to you before. I don't know if I did it private or not. And I think I talked about it once on my stream, and then I talked about it in Maori's, like, ex, like, lovers stream or partners stream, I think. But we exchanged it for, I asked if I could tell a friend's story instead. You'll know what it is the moment you start hearing it, Atris. So, back in 2019,
immediate recognition.
The moment I said that, you heard like the BoJack ending guitar strings.
No, I didn't hear that. I heard the roundabout, the da 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 da.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Oh, hold on. Speaking of this, you still need to unlock that command.
God damn it. That's right. I've been so fucking I've been being dragged around place to
Yeah.
place.
I gotta say, I'm really nervous about it.
What does it fucking do? Does it launch a nuke or something?
Yeah, it launches a nuke at China. The US gave me the nuke codes. No, it's a weird nervous excited. Because I like forgot about it myself for a minute. And now I remember it and now I'm worried about it again. So awesome.
No. Nuclear codes. Man, that Panda Express tastes the same way going in as it does coming out.
Alright. Back in 2000.
Oh, come on! That was... Oh.
Shush.
Oh, come on!
Listen.
Come on!
Jesus Christ. I did!
No, you didn't! That was a pity chuckle. That was it! That's all I got!
No, you got an actual chuckle and smile out of me. I don't know if Discord picked it up, though.
It didn't pick it up.
Oh, damn it.
People in the audience is going to be so confused. Just like, what's wrong with you, Atris? They laughed.
You monster, just to stop. All right. Yeah, bring up the mood so I can drag it back down again. All right.
Hey, I'm the positive. Oh, wait, no, that just sounds bad.
Yeah. You're the positive, I'm the negative. Yeah.
Of a battery.
Yeah.
You provide the good stuff. I just take it and turn it into crap. There we go. I turned it around. It's a battery, folks. Remember, the power comes from the negative side.
Uh-huh.
It does.
All right. So back in 2019, I had 2 friends. 3 if you count a currently missing one. And you know, we were talking, we were playing games, we were, playing Minecraft on a realm that we all played on. And there was I didn't talk to anyone really other than these 2 people. And I was fine with that. I don't need a lot of people to be happy. I could have like 2 friends and be fine. But one of these days, one of the friends made a raid group or Roblox to just mess with people's games and stuff. And someone joined it. And we all got in voice chat and talked because they were like a new person. And I was like, okay, I'll talk to them. I'll see what's going on. I'll see what their shtick is. And we're talking. We're talking. We're getting the basics down. Oh, who are you? That kind of crap. And thank you for the Ralsei gif. I appreciate it. We're talking and stuff, and that's that. We're talking, we're having a blast. We play some games, and that's that for that day. And then for the next week, we start playing more and more games and stuff. I remember I played Neon District a lot with them, and then one day, me, this friend, we're gonna call the new friend, we're gonna call them Person. All right. We're gonna call the other 2 friends, Opal. We're gonna call them Opal and Nate. All right. So we're playing Neon District with Person, and we're vibing. Then we're all we're in a room because we saved up enough money to buy one of the houses in the game for like roleplay purposes, jazz. And we're all vibing out, and we were stalked by this guy, like one of the watch guys, which are the police in the game. And they start knocking on the door, and I we're all in the voice chat, we're all screaming like what to do, like get do this quickly, please, oh god. And then suddenly, whenever we're all ready, finally, person leaves the call and they disconnect. I'm like, oh, you cut out? All right, well, we'll get this sorted with. It's just like, hold on a minute, let me go see what's going on. Because disconnects weren't exactly too common of a thing for them. So I was gonna go check and see if they were all right. I try and message them. No response. Try and message them. No response. Try and message them. You've been blocked. I'm like, huh? And, it kind of sucked because I kind of grown attached to this person by now. And I'm doing my best to get in contact with him to see what was up and what had happened. So, I go through like Discord, blocked. I go through Steam, and then we're like talking and stuff. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And I get blocked again. So I was like, well, that sucks. Guess I'll just continue on with my life. Kind of sucks. I got kind of sad about that. But I just kind of continued on. And remember, this is naive moron Sora from before they've had anyone who's hurt them. Or anyone who's really hurt them like this before, so I'm talking to them. Or sorry, I'm not talking to them. It's a while. A long while. Since like I'm pretty sure like a month. And suddenly I get a game invite from them to play Left 4 Dead 2. I'm like, well, I don't have Left 4 Dead 2, but let's see what's going on. They've unblocked me. So, hey, how you been?
What?
It's kind of cringe how you blocked me, but whatever. Why'd you do that? And they were like, oh, your friend said some sexist things. And I know my friend pretty well. I know they don't exactly have too much of a good filter, but I know what they said is not something they would say. I know my friend. I know my friend pretty well, and that's not something they said. And also the fact that I was in the call when they're saying they said it, so I know for a fact they didn't. I'm talking to them, and I'm explaining that, hey, it's kind of cringe how you'd blame me for something they did, but okay. That kind of continues. Eventually, we start playing again. We do stuff.
You suck.
Ow, thanks for the you suck. We go back to playing things as we normally do.
Yes.
And me and one of the friends are, playing Minecraft, and we're doing junk. We're doing dumb stuff. And the person was in the call with us. And I'm joking, and you know how whenever you're with someone and you're like talking to them for a while and you kind of parrot their humor to them?
Yes.
That kind of thing was happening where I didn't really have a filter either, and I acknowledge that now. Now, listen. It wasn't a sexist joke. I didn't make an actually horrible joke. It was just poor taste. It's not racist, not sexist, not anything like that. It's not homophobic. It's nothing like that. It was a poor taste in terms of personal stuff.
I see.
And they got upset, and I get that. It sucked. I'm like, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you like that. I'm sorry. I apologized almost immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And, they got stupid aggressive. Like, they got really aggressive. And, I backed up. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling too great, so I was like, maybe I should take a break for a bit. I'm gonna take a break from all of this because it was starting to get stressful. I was like, I want to back up from this. And they were like, oh, you're leaving? Oh, it's kind of cringe. Okay. And, I was like, fine, I won't leave. And I'm coming back and I'm saying, like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And they're like, I told them you were going to say this.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay then. I was not doing too great. And I think it was an attempt to get me out of that friend group and like remove me from it or whatever. But it failed spectacularly because I still have them added and that's not going to change. I can still talk to them outside of the group we were in. But they block me and they block two of my friends, the two other friends, Opal and Nate. It's fine from there. Like I'm still peeved and sad again because like, god damn it, why did this happen? I only had myself to blame for it at that point because it was just like, I'm the dumbass who made this stupid ass joke. I reap what I sow, I guess. Sucked. The next day, they're like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Nothing happened, right? We're all good. Like, okay. Oh, okay. It's kind of
like that.
Kind of poggers. I like that. That's pog.
Mr. Krabs, I want off this wild ride.
Oh, trust me, we've only just begun. Eventually, we make this server. It was called the Hexed Coven. And
the Hexed Coven.
Yeah. They start taking me places. We do a whole bunch of cool games and stuff. And they start adding people. And all that jazz. Yes, it's them. Fox, it's them. We're playing like group games where it's like group recruitment games on Roblox, and this one game called Taloma, which is like a really crappy roleplay cowboy gang kind of game where you'll make artificial gangs and jazz and that kind of crap. It sucked. It still sucks.
Joy.
I find it funny because there was an exploit where you could sit behind things and shoot people and they couldn't hit you back. That kind of cool jazz, and people got really pissed at me for doing that. It's just like, why is it still in the game then? It's not my fault the game creator's too goddamn stupid to fix it.
Too lazy, more like.
Yeah. We're playing it and stuff. We try and become an officially recognized gang or whatever in it. And while that's happening, we're visiting group games, we're meeting people in jazz. And I'm playing this game called Bad Business because I'm actually good at it. I'm actually really good at one of the FPS game on Roblox called Bad Business. One of the few FPS games I'm actually good at. Because it's not got the sweaty gamers that play things like, say, Phantom Forces and COD and stuff in it.
Right.
And, they disconnect. I'm like...
Just suddenly?
Yeah, just suddenly disconnect. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of odd. Alright, then. And... It's kind of just a thing. They just disconnect, and it's like, okay, they'll be back. It's fine. Come a little bit later, we've all been blocked.
Of course.
And we're like, well, what in the hell? And the next day, their excuse of it was, oh, you guys didn't care when I left. You guys didn't pay attention at all when I left. You didn't even check on me. I was like, well, we thought you just disconnected for a second. We didn't know what you were doing.
People leave all the time.
Yeah.
You expect us to be like a married couple and like check on you every 30 seconds? We're not, it's not doing that.
Yeah. I think the worst part of it was the fact that cause I didn't really have any close friends other than them and the two other friends, and those two other friends were like what is it? Like those other two friends were like slowly playing less and less, so I only really had this person left. So I was like, I was just stuck with it. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened up to swallow you whole. So best not to keep the devil waiting, old friend. Yeah. But you know, I was like, this is really cringe. That's kind of not pog. You know, it's all this crap's happening. I'm like, this is terrible. But I just keep going with it because they're my friend, right?
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 Yeah. And, you know, we keep going and we keep playing and stuff. At one point, this guy joins. We're gonna call them Disco. Alright? They didn't really mesh well with that person. In fact, they really didn't at all.
Yeah.
They constantly butted heads and they were constantly kicked and then added back later. I was almost constantly a mediator between problems between person and other people, which kind of sucked. Then eventually, you know, they're gone, dude. They're just, and they're only in my DMs now for a while. And at one point or another, you know, me and person are talking and stuff. And you know, they're not really vibing with Nate or Opal anymore because they don't play games with them, and it's just like it's like you know, they're getting angry with them and stuff, and they're like bad talking them to me. I'm like, no. I lost it. Like that is like the only moment. That's like I can count on like one hand the amount of times I've cried in the past 3 years. This is that moment. Cause I broke. That was it. That was the breaking point. After that I was like, no, bye. Peace. I'm done. I'm
done with your shit.
I finally snapped. I was like, bitch, I'm done. Freaking slap arms down, arms rest, leave. I'm done. I can't. If I'm gonna have to choose between either of these two friends, or either any of these three friends, I'm going to go back to the two that I trust and haven't hurt me. And
that's fair.
You know, I'm talking to Disco and I'm talking to, you know, Opal and Nate. If you know, I ever introduce you to them and I ask them to recount that day, that you'll hear from them, I was ecstatic for like once in the like longest time. Like, I was the happiest I had been in months in those few hours. Because it's like, that one moment was like freaking an entire weight finally lifted from my shoulders and like an immense amount of euphoria as I'm like screaming yes. Because not only was it like, I'm just alone here. I couldn't joke around them because you know friendly friend jokes where like you poke them and stuff, that kind of joke, that kind of humor. I'm a big fan of that humor. But they were not, and it sucks because that was my main form of humor. It's just like poking my friends and poking myself. So imagine how bad it is for your mental state when the other half of that is gone and you can only poke yourself.
People who can't laugh at themselves should.
Thank you, Fox, for the host of one viewer.
There are so many people who can't laugh at themselves. They take themselves way too seriously. Internet Karens.
They'd poke me. They would never poke themselves, and they wouldn't let me poke them.
Yeah, that's gosh, that.
And then that and the fact that I felt like I couldn't joke about anything because at the time I had three kinds of humor. I had inappropriate humor, I had puns, and I had poking my friends or myself. Inappropriate humor didn't fly. Puns were washed out dry because I just couldn't figure out puns anymore. And all I had was poking left. So I was a freaking dried up towel at that point. I was lost of all content. It's like
not to mention they basically kept on using you.
Dry ass sponge. Nonetheless, continuing on. The next day, after this, I go to sleep feeling like $1,000,000. You know? And I wake up the next day and I'm talking to Disco and some of their friends. You know, we're talking in jazz and we're doing things. We're playing a D-Day game. And I got a message from someone. Someone from the server that person made.
Okay.
We're gonna call them Xbox Boy. Xbox Boy, ooh. They were like, "Hey, what the hell? Well, why'd you leave?" I'm like, "I don't like that person. They're an asshole." Of course, with kinder words, because swears and things like ass and bitch are a new thing to my vocabulary. But, you get the idea. They're like, "Yeah, just give him another chance, please, please." And I'm like, fine. Because I actually cared about this person, I decided, okay. I cared about Xbox Boy, not person. But I was like, okay. You want me to bear with them? Fine. Do it for you. I'll give them one more chance to actually be a nice goddamn human being for 2 seconds. And I go back, and we talk. It was supposed to be a calm apology on both ends for our problems and what we've done. You want to know? You want to know how it went? It started with, "I don't care about them. Because they're just." I stopped caring about them. Them being me. And they didn't care about me. They just care about my brother because, they were friends with my brother and stuff. And, his Pog is great. Especially since little bitch mode activated. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I wasn't really defending myself. You know, it's like, okay, fine. I expressed my problems to them, feeling like I couldn't do anything. Shut up. We'll
And?
get there when we get there, Fox. You know, we're talking about it and stuff, and we're like, the reason I don't feel like I want to, you know, talk to you anymore is one, because you keep freaking, you're an asshole and you keep freaking blocking me for no reason, or for, you know, reasons that aren't sufficient enough, or just no reason at all. And giving crappy excuses. You're kind of a dick to me. And also because, what is it? I feel like I can't do anything at all. And I feel like I have to be in call with you 24/7 to actually be friends with you. Because there were people on the server, and especially like people like Opal and Nate and Disco, who were literally kicked from the server and blocked for times just because they didn't play with them for like a week. Or even like just a few days. So I was worried that was going to happen to me.
Oh boy.
And I didn't want that to happen, so I was just like, okay, if I play with them every day, it'll be fine. I enjoy talking to this person.
Right.
I enjoy talking to this person. I enjoy talking to this person. And you know, we talk it out and we're like, okay, I won't do that anymore. It's like, okay.
Right.
And I go talk to Opal and Nate, because they're in a VC of a Taloma Gang Discord. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna go hop into their VC real quick so I can talk to them, because they seem to be doing something right now, and I don't want to drag them into a different call. So I joined in and I'm like, hey, so I made up with them. Yeah, that's a thing. And, you know, that's that. I'm just telling them, hey, I hope you have a good game. Hope you enjoy your time. Bye. That was that.
Oh boy.
I go back to playing The Sims. And then I come back. I look at my Discord and guess what I see? More of the lack of something I see. The Hexed Coven. The Hexed Coven.
Oh.
Like, oh, they delete the server? No, I've been kicked.
What?
And I was like,
did they invite you back just to kick you?
I'm like, hey, what the hell's going on here? It's like, oh, you were in a rival gang's Discord. I'm like, yeah, so that I could talk to my, yeah, because the Taloma Gang thing.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, that's.
How do you know that I was in that rival gang's Discord? Who told you? Because they're also in that Discord.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting here just like, so Chief, I'm like trying to talk to my friends who are in there, and they were just in a VC. And they're like, I don't care. I'm like, why though? Like, that's not, even then, that's not a good reason, because like, what's the point in doing that to begin with? It's just a goddamn Roblox game. It's like, oh no, you can't, you can't do that, because you know, you can't go to other gangs and stuff. And I'm like, why? Because, you know, I introduced you to the game, so that means you can't, you know, do that.
Oh, lovely. Children who think they have power because they introduced you.
Here's the wild thing. They were 18.
Oh, so somebody who never grew up.
Yeah.
I should say that with a grain of salt. Somebody who never actually learned what being a decent human was.
There was a time where I was desperately trying to stop them from doing something so goddamn stupid that would get their crap taken away, like their PC taken away, and I was like, hey, maybe don't do this because it's a dumbass idea and it's going to get you in trouble. I'm just telling them this because, you know, I don't want them to get their crap taken from them. Because, you know, at the time, I was actually worried for them. They were like, no, I'm going to do it anyways. And it was a dumb, I can't say exactly what it was, but it was a really dumb and childish thing to do.
But if me now was put in that situation, I was like, do it, pussy. For God's sake, do it. Get your PC taken from you so you can't freaking talk to me anymore, you bitch. Anyways. Nonetheless, you know, me and another person here are like talking about this and talking about how much of a dumbass they are for thinking that. Because it's, if you think you have any like control over someone just because you introduce them to the game, you're a dumbass. You do not, just because you showed them the game does not mean you have total control over what they do in said game. Unless you're ironically saying that as like a dumb joke. It's like, I introduced you to the game, so you have to go down this.
You.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Bye. Kiss my ass. I'm done. And that was that. And I didn't hear from them for a good 2 weeks. And I was happy.
2 weeks?
Yeah, because something came up. But I want to go back for a second. You remember whenever I was saying like I don't care about you, I'm over you, kind of that whole talk. Whenever you know we the reconcile talk or whatever that was supposed to be. Yeah, the text on the server say otherwise.
Oof.
Because I'm looking in here and they're so heartbroken and stuff, and they're like, oh, I can't believe this happened. That whole spiel.
I can't believe they broke up with me.
Yeah. You know what's hilarious?
What?
They were whenever we're talking. It's like, why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? And I'm like just sitting here just like, okay, why would you do that to me like five to six times already? And then proceed to try and do it again after. Freaking you're feeling a freaking quarter of how I felt these past few months.
Your feelings mean nothing to me. Because you care you it's the golden rule. You cared about their feelings, but they didn't care about your feelings. So they don't deserve it. Like, as soon as somebody breaks the golden rule, I just stop caring. They stop being a person in my eyes. What's this? You murdered somebody? You garner no sympathy from me. What's this? You violated a child? You garner no sympathy from me. Doesn't matter what you look like. The internet's giving you a pass because, oh, you look cute. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
They care more about looks than they do about actions.
But nonetheless, you know, we're talking and stuff, like after it for like a week. You know, we're all fine and dandy. And Xbox boy
Here we go.
asks me, hey, do you want to talk to them? Please. They've changed. They're different now.
No.
And I was like, you know what? No. No, I don't. But I will. You want to know why? Because I wanted closure. I wanted proper closure. Because I didn't get that. I got a hard block after trying to explain something to someone. So if I have the chance to, I'm going to. Because I want...
Good for you.
I want closure.
Do something that actually warrants a ban. Even though it doesn't actually warrant a ban.
We joined and we had a quiet talk. It wasn't a yelling match.
Quiet.
It wasn't screaming. We just talked. Me, Disco, person, and to an extent, Xbox Boy, but they were doing their own stuff. I just talked to them. I said, hey, how you been? We talked, we did a lot of small talk, and then I simply said, I hope you have a great time. My brother is not going to be friends with you. I am sorry. You were a great friend. Bye. But that's not what they heard. That's not what I wanted to say either. But I did anyways. Because my family lived under the dumbass rule of be the bigger person. I don't believe in that anymore. If I could go back and yell in their face, I would. I wish I could go back and tell them.
You wandered them. You wandered them.
I wish I could go back and say you were an asshole. You were a bitch, and I hope you fall into a goddamn pit and burn.
Damn.
I want to push you into that pit if I had the chance. Because that person hurt me like no other. It was a bunch of small stuff, but those small things got under my skin so bad. And I still have trust issues because of it.
Under-fucking-standable.
And Fox is saying something in chat that I'll read out. They said, when we left them, person told me to scurry to your brother like the little puppy you are.
Say what?
Person said to my brother, scurry back to your brother like the little puppy you are. Which
wow,
sucked ass for him. Because, you know, he was young and he'd never been hurt that way before. Or betrayed like that before. Oh, let me go to hell, yeah. But nonetheless, what you want to know what they heard whenever I was saying you were a great friend, goodbye?
What?
They heard your kick, rejoin, kick, rejoin, great, kick, rejoin, friend, kick, rejoin, and rinse and repeat. Because they were actively kicking me from the server as I was trying to say it. But
seriously?
But the thing is, I had one of those permanent links. So I could just keep rejoining. Because I don't know why, but they kept kicking me. I think because they just wanted to re-invite me later and they didn't want to have to go through the unban process again. Or some crap like that. So I was just able to keep rejoining, and I just kept rejoining and continuing my sentence. Until I finished.
Real asshole.
Like, yeah. They wouldn't even let me finish speaking. And I just left. That was that. They still, even if they weren't there, like, physically, their actions still rippled throughout, like, me and my brother and my friend groups, like, socials and stuff. Because, like, we had a Discord where, you know, people had joined, and most of the people there knew person and knew that they were an asshole. And most of the people there have been betrayed and hurt by them.
Wow.
And this person joins. Another person. A different person. A person who had also been hurt by them. We're gonna call them Lightning. We're gonna call them Lightning McQueen because that was their profile. They were talking to everyone. They were like, so, like, they tried to get with me. I'm underage. Like, underage to a weird extent. For them. And, you know, Xbox Boy admitted that they also were underage and that they had tried to get with them. And here's the thing. Me, Opal, and Nate knew their actual age. It was 18. They told Xbox Boy that they were 14.
Oh boy.
And then we put more dots together. They only played Roblox, even though they had all these other games on Steam, but they only ever played Roblox. They asked they asked me my age, and also Opal and Nate our ages whenever we all first met, which was a thing I was fine with. I'm still not very secretive with my own age. I'm very open about it most of the time because it doesn't really matter to me. And it talk to you about this. You know, we were talking stuff about sexuality and stuff, and I explained that I was ace and that I had been a I had known I was ace since I'll say 2015 ish.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking about it and stuff. It might have been it might have been 2018, maybe 2017 ish, not 2015. But we were still talking. And you know, they started like saying, how do you know? I'm like, "'Cause I do. It's something I just kind of realized, and I've known for a while. I read up and I learned that I was, and it perfectly explained everything that it happens to me. That kind of jazz. I don't exactly know how to explain it now because it's been a hot minute since I've kind of explained how I knew. But I was explaining this to them, and you know, it kind of ended there. It's like, I'm ace. It's as simple as that. You know, okay. Next day though, they were like, so I read up on how ace people have sex.
Oh, like, for fuck's sake.
I was like, really now? They were like, yeah. I was like, okay. This means what? And they were like, oh, you know how that happens, right? I'm like, you mean the lack of it? Of course, I didn't say that because I was like, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to explain myself. This is weird.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't want to like look up and say, oh yeah, the one bit of research I didn't do. You know, let's go look it up. Let me go look this up real quick and add this to my search history that I'm already being watched like a hawk in. How do ace people have sex? Yeah, let's go look that one up, Chief. I was like, no, I'm not into this. Sorry, pal. I'm not into this conversation. It's kind of cringe, not gonna lie. And that kind of junk. But you want to know the worst part about all of it? The worst part about that revelation? I grabbed one string of line, like I grabbed one line of red string, and I tied it to something that I realized was horrible.
What?
That hit me like a goddamn truck when I realized it.
What?
They didn't care if I left, but they cared a lot that my brother left.
They're a groomer.
Yeah.
A filthy groomer.
Mm-hmm. And it sucked. Because that was the moment I realized that's the real reason. That's the real reason I am so goddamn callous towards them. Why I genuinely would, if I was to commit a murder, this would be the person I murdered. You know who did it, and I don't care. Comic, can you delete that glitchy text? Maybe.
What do they want?
They want me to delete glitchy text, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm lazy. It's it was a horrible, horrible thing.
Mm.
It obstructs chat. No, it doesn't. Know what you're saying. It is genuinely one of the worst like times of my life that I can remember. Because I think the even worse part is I think they were going for me too. But I think I was soft saved because I said I was ace and they realized they didn't really have a chance. Or
Gross.
something along that line. It was not great. It's terrible. I've said this before, and yeah.
I was gonna say we should probably find different topics so that we don't end on fucking.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Pedophilic.
I'll
rumors.
change the topic later. I'll change the topic in a minute. I just want to finish this off.
Okay.
I said this on Jinxie's stream, but I'm a very respectful person. I absolutely hate the idea of doxing and all the absolutely deplorable things the internet thinks of. This is my exception. This is where I draw the line. Where I see it as I don't care anymore. Because the difference between normal people and this person to me is this person tried to freaking do things with my brother.
Blech.
That's where I draw the goddamn line. Anyways, let's change the subject now.
Yes.
Let's see here. You want to go back to dinosaur movies?
Sure.
So, I have only seen one Land Before Time movie.
I forgot it's more than just one.
But the thing is, even that movie, I watched only a tiny bit of it. So I have never seen properly any Land Before Time movie.
Really now?
Yeah. Which strikes me as odd because I feel like it'd be like one of those few movie series that would be right up my alley. Because, you know, oh, dinosaur, whoa. That kind of jazz. But I still haven't. I feel like it's too late now because now I'm just like, I'm not into it anymore. I kind of grew out of my dinosaur phase.
You know, I had a dinosaur phase myself. Mind you, like, it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I had these plastic dinosaurs. I think they were like the only action figure that I had for the longest time until I like pilfered some half-melted army men from
Yeah.
a daycare, I think.
Bro, okay, hold on. Speaking of daycare. All right. You haven't lived until you've been in the daycare at IKEA. Do you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
You're talking about the food court where all the lost children are ground into sausage.
No, no, no. I mean have you never seen it? Have you never seen the daycare area of IKEA?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
It was just easier for the parents to just drag us around.
So at the entrance of IKEA, like at that, like, you know, the entrance to like all the cool stuff, or like not all the cool
Yes.
stuff, like the walk around kind of stuff, not the cafeteria area, where you're walking around all the displays and stuff. The first thing there is a little check-in place for a like a leave your kid here, please. If you wanna not deal with them. If you don't want to lug your kid around the store, leave him here and then pick him up later. And I vividly remember this place because I actually got to go in there once, and it was awesome. The place is actually awesome because they've got this large ass ball pit with a TV in it. At least the one that I was able to go to, and then they just like a bunch of random ass toys. The real like number one thing there was a ball pit because no other place, not even the good places like you know the Chuck E. Cheese. There is no place in like a 90 million mile area of where I live with a ball pit. Except the daycare of IKEA.
Probably because they're really unsanitary.
Yes, but also they're awesome.
Yes, they are.
No place.
Get a private ball pit.
No place.
Get a private ball pit.
Anywhere for ball pits in like a 900-mile radius. Except the goddamn IKEA. But nonetheless, that ball pit was awesome. I only went there once as a kid. And you want to know the reason why I remember it so vividly?
Why?
Because the TV that was above it. Guess what it was playing? It was my first proper introduction to it.
Ah.
My first proper introduction to the thing on the TV was Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Playing over it, and it was from start to finish because my parents take for freaking ever to go through IKEA. So I got to watch the full movie in a ball pit. And it was the most distinct and like favorite memory I think I have. Like I physically tuned everything out just to watch the movie. It was amazing.
There was this. You know what? You've connected me to a different memory through Emperor's New Groove, and it was one of the people that I would hang out with in elementary school who, you know, or rather, no, I didn't actually hang out with them. I tried to, but they weren't really interested in a wacky kid who talks about guns. Oh my gosh. Freaking kindergartner talking about guns. I was a handful.
Yeah.
But you know how like the polite thing to do is to invite the entire class to your birthday.
Yeah.
So they took us to this place. I think it was called Vertical World. No. I don't know, but it was like this warehouse that was just full of like trampolines and like they didn't have a ball pit, but they had a foam pit. They had foam cubes.
Oh, there. Any place with foam cube pits is heaven on earth to me.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, especially if you like. One of my favorite things to do was sort of like jump with my arms crossed and like do the whole Navy SEAL like straight into the water thing, and just go as deep as I possibly could, and then climb back fucking out.
Yeah.
Bro,
actually,
what else did they have?
Yes.
But when time for the the cake and cookies came around, they would invariably play Emperor's New Groove on the television. Like it was the only disc that they had. It closed down like a year or two later, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think it was probably deemed unsanitary.
I honestly, you dislodged a memory for me now.
Yes, we've hit memory pay dirt. Go.
So I went to this place. It was actually kind of like what you described. It's like a warehouse, except it didn't have the foam pit. It just had a bunch of those like big like inflatable slides and stuff. Like the inflatable thing. Like it's just one of those.
Yes. Damn it. I feel like I know this one. I remember something like that. What is it called?
Yeah, no, I got assaulted there.
Sorry,
like,
continue.
I got physically attacked there.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like I was being chased around by this one kid. Yeah. Not like this. It was just a fun game at first. And then, I'm going up this big slide and I'm sliding down. This kid slides down on, on top of me. And, I'm caught in a way where I'm like my legs are at like the bottom of the slide. I'm going down normal, but they're like on top of me. So like, how do I explain this? So like, their head's upside down for me whenever I'm looking up at them. And they're wailing on me. And I start screaming because this kid's actually wailing on me. He's not holding back any. It's actually freaking wailing on me. So he kicked you while sliding down. No, I had finished sliding down and they had just gotten down themselves and grabbed onto me and freaking started wailing on me. It was originally just a joking like running like playing together run. And then they I don't know what happened, but like suddenly like this is I hear the Doom music kick in and I'm like, uh-oh. Fight or flight activated and I can't flight, so time to fight. I'm kicking and screaming and stuff cuz he's actually freaking wailing on me and I'm not feeling too great here, Chief. I ain't feeling this. But I was about to type Doom music kicks in. Yeah, I'm hearing the Dark Souls boss music. And then I hear another boss music start playing because I see my grandma walking up because that's who I went with. That's who took me there.
Oh
no.
Yeah. The real boss music.
When the Doom music plays and an elderly lady is coming up, some shit's about to go down.
No. The Doom music was playing, and then Dark Souls music started playing in the background menacingly. Freaking Giorno's theme began. Freaking,
oh
my grandma freaking grabbed me by the ankles and yanked me out from under them.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking grandma to the rescue. And and this kid's like realizing, uh-oh. Like deer in headlights moment. They immediately get up and freaking bolt out. I didn't see them for the rest of my stay there. Unsurprisingly.
I imagine they probably got thrown out.
They either got thrown out or they were avoiding me like the plague because they knew if I freaking saw them, I'm no longer defenseless.
I have arms
have-
now.
You have a stand. It's your grandma.
Yeah, freaking just Giorno pose point. Sorry, not Giorno pose. Freaking Jotaro pose.
I'm just imagining Sora, the cartoon character, just posing as a Jotaro pose with the lady from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yes!
honestly, she's kind of built like Muriel. Unironically.
That's right. That's her name, Muriel.
Yeah.
Dude, music starts playing. Muriel fucking appears from
Dun,
behind the
dun.
goop lady.
Other than that, my time there was great. Like they had a bunch of cool stuff there. I left with candy, or not candy. I left with an ice cream. I was happy. Other than the fact that I got wailed on, it didn't do good.
probably got the people who own who run the place to give you a free one because you got fucking beat up on their premises.
Yeah.
No.
I got like I feel like it was one of the waffle cones with like the weird shape on top, where it's like got the caramel and stuff, and the chocolate chips. Oh, it was so good.
You mean like the one where you have to like peel away the cardboard that's covering it, and it's
Yeah.
like a flat top, or
Yes, the best kind.
Oh man.
I had a kid like that when last time I went like 5 freaking years ago. He wasn't like attacking me physically, but he was like verbally attacking me, bro. Like he wasn't.
That's all it's devolved to. You no longer have tussles between kids. You have fucking shouting matches.
You have
none of them want to hit each other. They know if they do, they activate the grandma stand.
Nah. It's not a grandma stand anymore. They freaking. If you're
no,
willing,
it's the Karens. It's the Karens.
Once
the Karens have become the stands.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Unironically, do not ever get in a fight with my brother, ever. I say I have gremlin energy. This kid legitimately starts foaming at the mouth and like crawling like a goddamn like alien from hell. He genuinely he grabs onto anything he can and will just squeeze. And he's tried to bite me before. He's actually insane. And I don't want that to seem like they're an actually insane person and they're gonna kill me or something and they're like abusive or whatever. No, they're not. I can take it. It's fine. In fact,
Degenerate is just having a fucking.
talking like I'm a
listening.
beast. You're an animal. You're an animal.
I think they're getting
hell.
off to it. I think they're getting off on it.
No, they're too young for that. Dangerous, no!
Oh no! Oh, no.
You fool. But seriously, like they can't hurt me. I'm fine. Genuinely, they could. I say they're a monster and stuff because of how sporadic they are. Even though I'm physically able to keep them in their bed. Simply by picking up their feet and moving it. Literally, because we have a bunk bed. They sleep on the top bunk. And it's like got the guardrails and stuff. So since they can't get their legs into the guardrails because I keep picking them up and putting them back on the bed, I just grab them by their feet and like lift their feet up and put it back on the bed. And they just can't get off the bed because they can't move safely. I need to use my legs to move. I would win and make him bleed if I'm pissed enough. No, you wouldn't. You have not freaking gotten me to bleed once yet. You are a weak-ass gremlin. The only thing you got is mobility because you're freaking a shorty.
Oh, you know what? So,
You spec your ability, not your strength, dumbass.
my dad was a cheapskate. And at some point, like they really wanted to get like some really big bean bags, you know, like the really good ones, the ones that are like I don't know, like taller than me, and I'm like 6 foot, right? Um, but instead of buying them new, right? Which this was actually pretty smart. He went and got some defective ones that were returned for like
Uh-huh.
half price, which is great, right? Except that they weren't filled with the right stuff.
What are they filled with?
Um, they were filled with like packing foam. Yeah, not the best, but me and my younger brother would wrestle on them. Like we would have like fucking matches where like the whole thing would the whole terrain would change because we were fighting on top of these beanbags.
Yeah.
Um I think it stopped right around the time when I picked up one of the beanbags and threw it at them. Like little me just
Yeah.
I never did that again because my back fucking went out. But it was just like, I will now end this fight. Just went berserk on them. And I believe they hit their head against the wall because of that. So that pretty much ended it. But after that we just sort of started making like fortresses out of them because we would just sort of lean the beanbags up against the walls and just crawl in between them, and then there would be a little space in the back
Uh-huh.
of just you've got the nice cold wall and the really 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 insulating bean bags. After about 30 minutes, you'd probably die of dehydration.
Uh-huh. So speaking of
Um,
beanbags, I had a
yes.
beanbag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Had.
Had.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I can't remember why, but one day there was a not nice brown stain on it. This is before I believe we got the 2 new dogs that we have now. I don't remember why, but suffice to say, no one used that beanbag again.
Somebody shat in it.
Yeah. We also had we had I had a couch actually for my room. It was this big, it was this like love seat couch. That was like fully black. The thing is, this couch sucked a lot. It was absolutely terrible because it was hard as rocks. Like, it felt like they filled the pillows with a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful amount of rocks, lead, and pain. So and also, it didn't have a back. It didn't have like back pillows. So it was just this hard wood behind it. Atris? Uh-oh. Where did the Hayport go? Where did Hayport go?
I'm here. I was just
Oh.
responding to something.
Okay.
Yeah. It was hard as rocks and it was missing the back pillows.
No,
Sounds
it
like
wasn't.
a
It
great
wasn't.
bargain.
It wasn't missing. It didn't have them. Period. It
Yeah,
didn't come
missing.
with them. It didn't come with them when we bought it, and we didn't buy it from some other person. We
Oh.
bought it from the store. They didn't come with pillows to begin with. It's not meant to
Wow.
have pillows.
Wow.
So there's just these 2
That's,
cushions that are filled with like lead and rocks, like cotton that feels as hard as lead and rocks, and this back thing that's just basically made out of wood. But it's got the stupid like couch like the couch, what is it? Case.
It's got a couch texture on it.
Yeah, texture. It's got, bro, who overlaid the couch on the wood? But you know what I mean. It's got like the couch cover stuff on it. Suffice to say, we did not keep that couch for long after. I kept it for a couple of years of my life, and then my family moved into an apartment, and it went outside on the porch, and eventually, it was dropped off said porch violently. It was awesome.
I mean, yeah. Anytime there's wanton destruction, it's awesome.
It didn't break. That's the thing.
What? Oh wow!
It stayed in one piece.
This was like the mouse of
Bro, this was the Nokia phone of furniture.
The Nokia phone.
Bro, it fell in the ground, got damaged. Yeah, but it. I want to say, oh, I miss it so much. I don't. Good riddance, honestly. Thing was horrible. Alright, I think that's good for today.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours. We went a little longer than we were supposed to. Then again, it was that or end on pedophilia.
No, don't bring it back up.
No, I'm gonna do it.
It needs to die. It needs to die.
Alright, we're gonna raid Jinxie. Everyone get ready to spam Goop Lady raid.
Goop Lady raid.
See ya later, everyone. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
We'll see you at the orphanage.
Goodbye. I hope you all enjoy your time over with Jinxie. They're doing art stuffs. Bye-bye.